There is a downtown luxury apartment where evictions have been skyrocketing. Okay, so before we get to the evictions, let's just take a look at the overall multifamily market here in Nashville. While this is loading, let me just show you. Zumper is showing that rents have dropped 6% over the previous year. This is massive. And the truth is that we have seen some really large rent drops, especially in the downtown where you have a ton of competition for all the same thing. Everybody had the same genius idea at the same time. CoStar is reporting a 1% drop year over year. They're saying that there's only been about a 3.5% drop from peak. And regardless, the point is, since the summer of 2022, rents have been down sharply in downtown, but just across the metro, rents have dropped. A few things that I keep my eye on when I'm looking at the Nashville market, and it is unbelievable. But it's this 12-month absorption number. Guys, this thing is up. It was 7,000 a year ago, which was high, okay? 7,000 a year ago was like 50% higher than what it was the year before. And now 11,000 is more than 50% higher than where it was a year ago. So the increase in absorption is absolutely insane. I personally think this has to do with the migration that's coming to Tennessee. It has to do with the unaffordability in the single family market. Although, our apartment renter is the same as single family. I don't know. It's a loose connection. But regardless, this is an astounding number, way higher. I would have never, ever expected 12,000 to get absorbed this year. And the fact that we're pushing 12,000 means that even though we're delivering more than 12,000 units this year, it's going to dry up. And on the backside of this, if this continues, we could see more rent inflation. I hate to say it. Starting next year, we're probably going to see absorption run higher than units being delivered. And that means all those vacant units that have been built and delivered over the past 2 years are slowly going to start going away. And so that in itself is making Nashville just a much more attractive market. Even though operationally some of these multifamilies are just burning through cash, it's actually been way better than I would have expected. So much better than I would have expected. It's pretty wild. Under construction, only 13,000 a year ago. That was 21,000. The under construction number is tanking. The absorption number is skyrocketing. Guys, you do the math on that. More people are renting and less units are being delivered. That's not going to be good for renters. It's going to be great for multifamily owners, although they have all kinds of massive headwinds. Interest rate has been brutal. Insurance costs, operating costs, labor costs, you name it, all their costs have been going up. Taxes, there's a high risk of taxes in Davidson County. Okay, so let's keep going. Evictions have actually been moderately flat, okay? We're seeing evictions only up 3% this year. Okay, versus last year, they were up 14%. And the year before, it was, the COVID recovery. They're up 68%. But the fact that they're only up 3% this year, and yet occupied units, according to CoStar, are up 8%. This is telling me that the strength of the renter in Nashville, I don't know what else to say. There are fewer evictions relative to the total apartment occupancy, according to CoStar. Evictions are flat. Now, even though evictions are flat, there's one apartment complex downtown. Let's take a look at what's for rent. Okay, here we go. So let's zoom in here. Let's just take a look at what we have. So a few that I've been watching, and you guys know this. Prime. Okay, Prime is now got 206 available. Alcove has slowly been leased up. Look at that special offer. 42 available. Let's see what their special offer is. Oh, 3 months free on the 2-bed, 2-bath. 3 months free on 2 bedrooms. You can see that tells me that's where the opportunity is. 2 beds. They're trying to fill up those last few vacant units, and all the studios apparently are getting rented much easier. Price at $1,725. And then Prime, of course, flooding the market with new luxury apartments. But I got to tell you, these are nice. Let's keep going. Let's look at Flynn. Has still not been able. They have. Oh, look at this, 1573. They started. I remember when they started. I think they started over 2,000. I'll have to go back and look. But I remember asking them, this is like way too much, and they said, well, that's what the market. They wouldn't give any incentives. Now they're down to 1573. Unbelievable. These are 70, 80% occupied. Going on 2 years, they've never been able to lease up. And while they haven't been leasing up, they've been dropping their rent. This is the most brutal situation for apartment owners. I mean, the only thing worse is actually defaulting, and we haven't really seen a high-profile default. I mean, we've seen some. We saw GVA. Let's look at the Adam Newman one real quick. 2010 West End. Still, 50 units available, up to 10 weeks free. Guys, this is one that could lose the entire equity when they raised and bought. This is Adam Newman, the WeWork, the Flow. Pretty wild. And now they're down to 1,600. It's a very nice complex, but they're in trouble. Let's take a look at the one that's got skyrocketing evictions. Harlow. Guys, Harlow. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Here it is. I don't know if you can see it. They had 22 last year, and they have 48 this year. Now, I did do a deep dive and look at the individuals, and it does look like some of them are the same unit. This 48 still only represents about 20 or 25 actual different units. Let's go back to CoStar here. Let's look at Harlow. If you only have 300 units and you have evicted over 20 people, and oh, by the way, you still have 25 units you're advertising, I mean, that's brutal. That is, think about the vacancy they've had this year. So it looks to me like they have a management issue here, because none of the other luxury apartments have nearly come to the level that Harlow has in terms of evictions. I don't know what the story is other than to say 48 evictions. Think about what that does to occupancy. There are some massive problems downtown. I mean, look at what we have to rent for. This is insane, the amount of rentals. Believe it or not, it is not nearly as bad as it could have been, okay? If I would have bet on 2024, I would have said there would have been 10,000 new incremental vacant units. Vacant. I mean, we're talking about like a China ghost town vacant. And all that stuff got absorbed. Okay, so shocking. And then that's really setting up 2025. Look at that, 1,200, by the way. That's crazy. Let's see what else we have over here. 144 units for 1,700. Park West isn't, I mean, they've been empty. They've been empty the entire time, I think. I mean, the fact that they're advertising 144 units, that's insane. They've been empty for a long time. They probably tried to hold rents. That's what 2010 West End did. They tried to hold rents and act like there wasn't any kind of rent drops going on, and they got brutally taken out. So, anyways, I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Thanks for watching.